My beloved child, there is a reason you are here at this exact moment. This message did not arrive by chance, and your heart already knows that. Before we go any further, don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Every word you hear today connects to a hidden story that has been unfolding behind the scenes for far longer than you realize. Someone deeply cares about you. Their thoughts keep returning to you during quiet moments, during busy moments, and even when they try to focus on something else. They have searched for reasons to move on, but somehow every path leads them back to your memory. Yet there is something standing between you and the truth. Another person has quietly stepped into the middle, creating confusion where there should have been clarity, creating distance where there should have been connection. This hidden influence has changed conversations, delayed important decisions, and filled simple moments with unnecessary doubt. But today, the hidden pattern begins to reveal itself. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Have you ever felt that someone wanted to reach out but never did? Have you ever sensed that a conversation almost happened but somehow disappeared before it could begin? Those feelings were not meaningless. They were clues. Every unanswered question, every unexpected silence, every moment when things almost came together but suddenly changed direction was part of a much bigger picture. Someone has been trying to protect their feelings while another voice has continued to influence what they think, what they believe, and what they decide. This second person may not even realize the impact they have had, yet their opinions have quietly shaped many moments. They have spoken words that created hesitation. They have offered advice that caused delays. They have planted small questions where confidence once existed. But remember this carefully. A temporary delay is not the end of the story. The truth has a remarkable way of finding its own path, even when others try to redirect it. Listen closely because the next part matters more than you think. The person who truly cares about you has reached a point where pretending no longer feels possible. They have carried silent emotions for longer than anyone knows. They have replayed memories in their mind, wondering what could have happened differently. They have questioned whether they waited too long, whether they misunderstood the signs, or whether life simply pulled both of you in different directions. Yet every time they attempted to close that chapter, something reminded them of you again. A familiar place. A simple song. A passing thought. A random conversation. These ordinary moments became extraordinary reminders that their heart had never completely walked away. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now let us speak about the person standing in the middle. This individual is not the center of the story, but their presence has created unexpected obstacles. Sometimes they speak with confidence even when they do not know the full truth. Sometimes they believe they are helping while unknowingly creating greater confusion. Sometimes they simply misunderstand what they see and pass that misunderstanding to someone who trusts their opinion. One conversation became another. One assumption became another. Before long, a wall existed where there should have been openness. Yet walls built on misunderstanding cannot stand forever. The moment truth arrives, those walls begin to weaken. That moment is closer than anyone realizes. There is another reason you were guided to hear these words today. You needed to remember that genuine care cannot be erased by temporary confusion. It may become quieter. It may become hidden. It may appear distant for a season. But what is sincere has a way of returning to the surface. The person thinking about you has begun noticing small details that no longer fit the story they were told. Tiny moments are making them question everything they once accepted without hesitation. They are starting to wonder if someone else's words shaped their choices more than their own heart ever did. This quiet realization is becoming stronger every day. Piece by piece, the truth is replacing uncertainty. As this unfolds, something unexpected begins to happen. Confidence returns where fear once existed. Questions replace assumptions. Curiosity replaces hesitation. The person who cares about you starts looking beyond what they previously believed. They begin searching for answers instead of accepting old opinions. This change may appear small from the outside, but inside it feels enormous. Every new realization brings them one step closer to understanding what has truly been happening. Every unanswered question pulls them closer to discovering what has been hidden all along. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is still one final piece that has not yet been revealed, and it changes everything. The person standing in the middle believes the story is complete, but it is not. They believe their influence will continue forever, but it will not. A moment is approaching when unexpected clarity arrives. A single conversation, a surprising discovery, or a quiet realization will begin uncovering everything that remained hidden. When that happens, the person who deeply cares about you will finally see the difference between borrowed opinions and genuine feelings. That is when the direction of this story begins to change. And what happens next may become the moment that neither of you ever expected. Don't skip, because the next part reveals who this hidden influence truly represents and why everything is about to shift. A quiet truth is beginning to rise, and this is the moment where everything starts making sense. My beloved child, don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What you are about to hear explains why certain moments felt so close, yet never fully happened. The person who deeply cares about you has finally started noticing details that they ignored before. They are beginning to recognize that many of their decisions were influenced by another voice instead of their own heart. At first, they believed every opinion they heard. They accepted every suggestion without asking questions. But now they are comparing those words with the reality they have quietly observed, and the difference is becoming impossible to ignore. Every memory they have of you is returning with greater clarity. Every kind action, every thoughtful moment, and every genuine feeling is standing out more than ever before. The story they once believed no longer matches what they truly feel inside. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a reason this realization is happening now. The hidden influence that kept standing between you and this person is slowly losing its power. The more they reflect, the more they understand that true connections cannot be explained away by someone else's opinion. They have started asking themselves important questions they avoided for a long time. Why did they feel peaceful whenever they thought about you? Why did your presence leave such a lasting impression? Why did every attempt to forget you somehow lead them back to your memory? These questions are becoming louder every single day, and every answer points in the same direction. Their heart has been speaking quietly all along, but only now are they finally listening. Picture this moment carefully. While everyone around them continues with ordinary life, this person finds themselves unexpectedly remembering conversations, smiles, and moments that seemed small at the time but now feel deeply meaningful. They begin realizing that what they were searching for was never as far away as they imagined. They start noticing that the person standing in the middle always encouraged hesitation instead of honesty, uncertainty instead of understanding, distance instead of connection. These discoveries do not happen all at once. They happen one thought at a time until the complete picture suddenly becomes impossible to ignore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What makes this story extraordinary is that the turning point arrives quietly. There is no dramatic announcement. There is no sudden interruption. Instead, there is a simple moment where truth becomes stronger than confusion. That single moment changes everything. The person who deeply cares about you begins trusting their own heart again instead of relying on outside opinions. They become more confident in what they genuinely feel. They stop comparing your value to what others have said and begin remembering how you made them feel through your actions, your kindness, your patience, and your authenticity. Those memories become brighter than every misunderstanding that came before. Now listen even more carefully because this next revelation connects directly to the title of this message. The person standing in the way was never the foundation of this story. They were only a temporary distraction. They may have created delays, but they could never erase something that was sincere. Genuine care continues to exist even when it is tested by time or influenced by outside voices. That is why this chapter is beginning to shift. The one who truly cares about you is slowly stepping away from borrowed opinions and moving closer to their own truth. This journey may have taken longer than expected, but it is leading them toward greater clarity than ever before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As this realization grows, unexpected opportunities begin appearing. Conversations that once seemed impossible suddenly feel natural. Questions that remained unanswered finally receive thoughtful responses. Small coincidences begin connecting like pieces of a larger picture. The person who has been quietly carrying these feelings starts believing that silence cannot continue forever. They understand that waiting without honesty has only created more distance. For the first time in a long while, they begin thinking about what could happen if they simply followed their heart instead of someone else's expectations. Before this part ends, remember one important truth. Every delay has been preparing the way for greater understanding. Every unanswered question has been leading toward a clearer answer. Every confusing moment has been moving this story closer to a meaningful turning point. The hidden influence is becoming weaker, while genuine feelings are becoming stronger. The next chapter reveals the unexpected event that finally causes everything to change, and it happens in a way that no one sees coming. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Everything is beginning to shift in ways that no one expected. My beloved child, don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The hidden story has reached a turning point, and the person who deeply cares about you is no longer seeing life through the same perspective. They have started noticing that every time they listened to someone else's opinion, they felt uncertain, but every time they quietly reflected on their own memories of you, they felt peace. That difference has become impossible to ignore. It is changing the way they think, the way they remember, and the way they see your place in their life. What once seemed confusing is becoming surprisingly clear, and that clarity is preparing the way for something unforgettable. For a long time, another person occupied the space where honest conversations should have existed. They filled silent moments with assumptions, simple situations with unnecessary questions, and hopeful thoughts with hesitation. But something remarkable has happened. The one who truly cares about you has started comparing those old opinions with their own experiences. Suddenly, they realize that the kindness they received from you was genuine. The respect you showed was real. The connection they felt was not imagined. Every memory now carries a meaning they failed to recognize before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine someone sitting quietly, thinking about all the moments they almost reached out but didn't. They remember every opportunity they allowed to pass because they believed waiting was the safer choice. Now those moments return with a completely different meaning. Instead of regret, they see possibility. Instead of uncertainty, they see hope. They begin asking themselves one powerful question: what if the story I believed was never the complete story? That single question changes everything because it opens the door to truth instead of assumptions. Once that door opens, it becomes impossible to close again. There is another detail that makes this moment extraordinary. The person standing in the middle believed they understood everything, but they only saw a small part of the picture. They never experienced the quiet moments, the meaningful memories, or the genuine connection that continued growing beneath the surface. Real understanding comes from experience, not from distant observation. As this realization grows stronger, the influence of that outside voice becomes weaker. Every day, genuine feelings become louder than borrowed opinions. Every day, confidence replaces hesitation. Every day, the heart begins leading where confusion once ruled. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The most surprising part has not happened yet. The person who deeply cares about you is beginning to notice unexpected signs that remind them of you again and again. A familiar place, a meaningful conversation, an unexpected memory, or even a simple moment of reflection becomes another reminder that your connection has never completely disappeared. These moments may seem ordinary, but together they create an extraordinary realization. They can no longer convince themselves that these thoughts are random. Instead, they recognize that something important has remained unfinished. Now the hidden story reaches an even deeper level. The person who once trusted every outside opinion is slowly learning to trust their own heart again. That change may appear quiet from the outside, but inside it feels life-changing. They stop asking what others expect and begin asking what truly matters to them. They stop looking for reasons to stay distant and begin looking for opportunities to understand. This shift is powerful because it comes from sincerity rather than pressure. Genuine care has quietly remained alive, waiting for the right moment to be recognized. Before this chapter closes, remember this carefully. Some stories are delayed, not denied. Some answers take longer because they become stronger with time. The connection at the center of this story has continued growing beneath the surface, even when circumstances suggested otherwise. The person standing in the middle could delay understanding, but they could never erase what was authentic. And now, the next chapter brings the moment when an unexpected truth comes to light, changing the direction of everything that follows. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. A remarkable moment is closer than anyone realizes. My beloved child, don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The story that has been quietly unfolding is now reaching its most meaningful chapter. The person who deeply cares about you has finally reached a point where ignoring their own heart is no longer possible. Every unanswered question has slowly transformed into quiet understanding. Every memory has become brighter than every doubt. They are beginning to see that the greatest obstacle was never the distance between you. It was the influence of another person whose opinion seemed louder than their own feelings. Now that influence is fading, and truth is taking its rightful place. Think about how many times life brings clarity only after a season of confusion. That is exactly what is happening here. The person who truly cares about you is looking back at everything with fresh eyes. They remember moments they once overlooked. They notice kindness they once underestimated. They recognize sincerity they once failed to appreciate. What seemed ordinary before now feels unforgettable. Their perspective has changed completely, and once perspective changes, the future begins changing as well. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The most surprising part is that this transformation is happening naturally. No one is forcing it. No one is convincing them. Their own experiences are becoming stronger than every outside opinion they once accepted. They are discovering that genuine care leaves a lasting impression that cannot be replaced by temporary misunderstandings. Every quiet reflection strengthens their confidence. Every honest memory reminds them that the connection they felt was real. They are no longer asking what someone else believes. They are asking what their own heart has been trying to tell them all along. Now imagine the moment when everything finally connects. Small pieces that once seemed unrelated suddenly fit together perfectly. Delays begin making sense. Unexpected silence begins making sense. Even the presence of the person who stood in the middle begins making sense. Instead of feeling frustrated, they begin seeing how every challenge revealed the strength of what truly mattered. Real connections are not measured by how easy the journey is. They are revealed by what remains meaningful after every distraction has passed. That realization becomes the turning point they never expected. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is one final discovery that changes everything. The person standing in the way never had the power to decide the ending of this story. They could influence moments, but they could not control hearts. They could create hesitation, but they could not erase genuine appreciation. As this truth becomes clearer, confidence replaces uncertainty. Hope replaces hesitation. Honest thoughts replace borrowed opinions. The one who deeply cares about you begins moving toward authenticity instead of assumptions, and that quiet decision becomes more powerful than anyone imagined. As this chapter comes to a close, remember this carefully. Some of life's greatest moments arrive after long periods of waiting because they are built on understanding instead of impulse. What has been hidden is gradually being revealed. What has been delayed is moving forward. What once felt uncertain is becoming unmistakably clear. The person who truly cares about you is discovering that the strongest answers were never found in someone else's voice, they were always waiting inside their own heart. That is why this story feels different now. It is no longer about confusion. It is about clarity. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter reveals the unexpected choice that follows this realization, a choice that could change the direction of this entire story and explain why everything has been leading to this very moment.